careful with ab exercises. We need ab and core appropriately done, but I find that a lot of people are hurting themselves with certain ab exercises and core exercises. Let me go through the list of the ones that you want to be careful or just completely eliminate. Leg lifts. Lying flat on your back, lifting your legs up. I know in a lot of ad programs they are standard protocol, but I find that a lot of people really hurt their lower back doing that. Okay? So when you lift your legs, you're loading up and pressurizing those discs, also causing some hyperextension in your lower back curve. For some people, they just don't work. So we need to find something else. Knee ups. So you're hanging, your body's hanging in midair, and you're lifting your knees towards your chest, like this. Knee ups, right? Hanging knee ups. Again, for some people's lower backs, not something you want to do. The machine crunch, I've talked about this. You're sitting at a machine, you're doing crunches like this. It can irritate some backs and necks as well. The machine twist, sitting and twisting against resistance. You want to avoid those. There are just better ways to do that, more on that in a moment. Back extensions, because working the core includes the back muscles. Pressing back against the machine like this can be really troublesome for a lot of people. And then bicycles, where you're lying on your back, you have your legs in the air like a bicycle. Again, it can put your neck and lower back in precarious positions. So just be aware of that. Some of you are doing them and you're totally fine. Others, you might be irritating your back in doing that. So let's look at some alternatives. The first alternative is just simply working your core all day long whenever you get a chance. I call this a core brace. You can be standing and just simply contract your core. I've learned this from martial arts. So imagine I was going to punch you in the stomach, right? And you were standing there and I'm right about to hit you. What are you going to do? You're going to tighten up your core. That's what I mean by a core brace. So a core brace, if looking at from the side, I'm just tightening up my core muscles, but I might do a little bit of a pelvic tilt when I'm doing that, just very slight. Tightening up my core. I'm not doing it intensely. I'm doing it at about 30 or 40% effort. So I'm tightening it up just like I'm stabilizing myself to go lift something. Okay? Now you could do this anywhere during your day. You could be brushing your teeth and doing a core brace for a minute or two. You could be standing doing some dishes and doing a core brace. You can incorporate this in your day-to-day activities. You could be reading something and then do a core brace for a minute or two. That is going to unbelievably train your core. When I got into martial arts training years ago and just doing these standing types of activities, my core became wonderful and I wasn't doing anything else but that in practice, and it really made a difference. Core brace. Then you can end up translating that core brace into stabilizing your lower back for lifting. Let's say you're going to do some gardening. Do a little core brace to protect yourself, lifting up the garbage pail, going over to lift up boxes, doing some shoveling. You actually brace that core, you contract those core muscles, which are going to stabilize your lower back. So just doing a core brace is going to develop those muscles around there. The second one I wanted to show you is called knee roll core. Let me show you that one on the floor. Knee roll core. Okay. Again, this one will not be for everyone. If you've watched any of my videos, you've seen me do a lower back exercise called knee roll. Lying flat on your back, preferably on the floor. You can do it on your bed, and you just gently roll your knees side to side. You're going to notice that I'm not rolling my knees that way as far because of the microphone, so just bear with me, but you can see it over on this side, okay? So this is the knee roll exercise, nice gentle exercise for your lower back. The knee roll core is you bring your knees up like this, but bring them even closer to you, less than 90 degrees. So this would be 90 degrees, a little more tension on your lower back. Bring those knees up even further, like this. This is the start position. And then roll your knees side to side, like this. Over to the side here, like this. Now, depending on your strength and ability, you might only go a little bit off to the side like this. If you're a little bit stronger, you might even bring the knees all the way to the floor and then go slowly. The knees close to the chest really takes a lot of pressure off the lower back. That's the key here. So this is going to get more of the obliques, more of the muscles on the side of your core here. Knee roll core, okay? So that's that ab exercise. And then you just do to whatever your tolerance is. If you're only doing 2 or 3 of them, and that's all you have for right now, that's fine. In the beginning, you can do them each day, just a few of them, to get that going. Okay, a crunch and hold. So here's a traditional crunch, which I don't recommend. It really can strain a lot of people's necks. Knees bent, feet flat, and just simply come up and lift. You'll see that this looks like some Pilates types of exercises. But instead of coming up and down with crunches, you can just come up and hold. And again, depending on your strength, maybe you only come up this far. That's okay. Maybe you can come up a little bit further. Now, I'm a bit of a core pansy, so you won't see me coming all the way up like a lot of people can do. The people that have really great cores, they can come up in all kinds of different positions and so forth. I'm not showing you that here. I'm just showing you come up and hold to your tolerance, okay? If you find that your neck fatigues as well, we're going to be building up those neck muscles and then take a break. This would be the easier phase of the next exercise I'm about to show you. This next exercise I'm calling a flat and hold. Instead of a crunch and hold, what I'm going to do is straighten out the legs like this. So the legs are straight in a V pattern, and then I'm going to come up again reaching with my hands. This one's a little bit harder, but I notice my back is sensitive to certain core exercises. This one is very easy for me to do, very comfortable on my lower back, okay? So I call it flat and hold instead of crunch and hold. So you leave that up there as long as you can and then let yourself go down. Now again, there are people, myself being a core pansy, I cannot quite yet lift myself up, although I'm getting there, okay, right up to a sitting position. Some people can do that easily. So here I go, I just hang out here and that's the strengthening that I'm doing. To maintain posture, if you watch me do this, as I bring my hands up, the neck and torso comes up. I'm pulling my shoulders down. I'm not letting my shoulders stay up and crunched like this. I'm pulling them down. And I can really feel that core working right in there. Okay? So flat and hold. And again, you might just do one of them for 10 seconds. You might do a bunch of them depending on your strength and ability. The last one is reach for the sky and hold. Reach for the sky. So, feet up like so. Knees are bent. Same thing. I'm reaching up like this. Very comfortable on the lower back. With the legs up like this, the lower back is bent at a nice comfortable position. And here you go. Some people will do their arms like this. I like my arms down like this because I'm pulling the shoulders down and the shoulder blades down while I'm doing this. But I can really feel that core working in here like this. For some of you, your neck muscles might limit how long you can do this, and that's totally fine. So if you get tired, take a break. Go do something else, come back to it. Legs up, hands out. If you can do this, and you can do this comfortably without irritating your neck or your back, then that's fine. That's what you want to do. Hold it as long as you want, start slowly, and there you go. If you're unsure about any of these exercises, check with your therapist, check with your chiropractor, check with your doctor, and you'll decide what to do. So try those ab exercises. Those are safer alternatives than the ones that you are familiar with. Be careful of the ones in the gym that I had talked about. Try some of these safer alternatives and let me know how it works for you. I'm Dr. Scott Fuller.